Yeah, who in the stew, live and direct like pay-per-view. It's your boy Kush. I saw it go. It's getting done. Proper. Done no.
About to catch a vibe with
Who in the stew?
Who in the stew?
Who in the stew?
Who in the stew?
I'm on Who in the Stew. Banks and Keeve is popping.
It's your boy Polo Keeve.
DJ Banks.
King Kush. Wagwan.
Very legendary guest here, you know what I'm saying? Royalty in the building.
Nah,
man.
I know he's ready. He didn't even give us a chance to say who is this.
Exactly.
Who in the stew?
He
Who in
been
the
re-
stew? Yeah, King Kush. All right, say
You
that.
already, man.
He is ready, man. So it's a pleasure meeting you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Same way, I appreciate y'all
You know what I'm
like
saying?
bringing me.
You from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? King Kush.
Born and raised in
You know what
Kings
I'm saying?
County.
How you get the name?
Well, originally I started off with the name Maccabee. And then
Maccabee.
as time went, I formulated a whole different mind frame of how I wanted to approach my music. And that's when I took up the name King Kush. But it originally started off as Maccabee because I was very revolutionary with my music, very militant. But then the name King Kush,
I was
Took a little
gonna say that from the research I did on you today and in other days, just like trying to find out who I'm interviewing. You're a very eclectic person, I would say. You know, I seen you talk about a lot of different things. Like you talked about like Kevin Samuels back in the day when you was you said something about his thoughts are not new thoughts. It came from Shahar Ali, I believe that was what you said.
Shahar Razad Ali.
Yeah. And so you know what I'm saying?
The Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman. I believe that's the name of the book.
Word. So, a lot of these things are just like I just, knowing you, then I see you coach kids basketball, all this type of stuff. So it seems like you just array of different people. And then your music is very militant. At the same time, it still has good lyrics. So
Did you also go by name Lou by any chance?
Yeah, that's what I originally grew up as. That's what
okay.
everybody, they knew me by my middle name, which is
Okay.
Lumumba. So
Lumumba.
my father gave me a name, Lumumba, which is named after Patrice Lumumba. And he was originally killed by I don't want to get y'all banned, but it was George Bush.
talk it, man.
George Bush's father,
Don't do
during
that.
the time of the Congo, they killed him, and they were so terrified of him
Okay.
that they chopped his body up and burned his body because they were scared he would have been resurrected. He was a revolutionary,
Man.
and he helped revolutionize the Congo. And you know how important the Congo is to this day, to the
Yeah.
point where we're seeing what's going on repeatedly. Still what's going on back then is still happening now. They came out with a movie. Raoul Peck produced that movie. It's a great movie. Everyone should check it out because you become more informed and more aware of what happened then and what's going on now. It's a repetitive cycle. So that's why they call me Lou. It's an abbreviated version of Lumumba.
Copy. I think I seen somebody in the comments said that's the Lou I know when you was think you was with Shaggy and somebody in the comments said that. I was like, oh, okay. Get the real fast.
Shout out to
book.
Shaggy, Flatbush Head, original Flatbush Head. He held it down. Red Fox, Rayvon.
Yeah.
Rayvon still be outside. He be coming up to the parties with Dice. Shout out to Dice. Dice still be throwing on the mic on Thursdays. Only thing moving on Thursdays. Shout out to Dice. Rayvon still be going over there. And, Shaggy still be doing his thing. So
Yeah,
shout
facts.
out to the brothers from Flatbush.
Nice.
One thing I want to talk about before we get into music and stuff, you got your own fashion right here. Like you got, when you see you know that's your style.
Yeah.
Like before, I know people used to know you for 2 Chainz. I don't know if they knew you for that, but now you got 3. Is that
Up the
true?
numbers.
You got more 2 Chainz rocking that more?
Well, it was something I just decided to switch it up. It wasn't even 2 Chainz, 3 Chainz. It was just an investment.
Investment, copy.
An investment. And I want to do more investments, just especially with my own people. And I hope that we could actually do that more often, especially with what we see what's going on. People talking about the racism and all this stuff going on, but that has been going on for centuries now. So what are we actually going to do to actually make it progress? We're supposed to unite and organize with black dollars and make sure black dollars circulate. So it's not just about boycotting Target. It's about actually utilizing our power through the dollar to make sure it circulates in our community even longer. So I hope that, through situations like this, by us reaching out to one another and making sure this happens, it can be a trickle-down effect within the community.
This is black on black helping each other. We try to reach out to anybody of color and, non-people of color too, like Spanish people, all that. We reach out to everybody just to get their voice out, their vision, their dreams, and, keep it going, You have really strong music that really talks about that. And songs like Pressure is really, strong on that. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was my brethren, Isaac too. Isaac Faith, he he's another pillar in the community. He's been there for years. Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Crown Heights. He's been held it down. Same thing with my cousin, Legendary. They've been around, and I was in Philly when they was doing it out here, and then I came back, and we linked up, and we make whatever movements we can make together and individually to make things progress. You understand? And that's how I ended up linking up with y'all from the last thing y'all did with Legendary, which looked phenomenal. I love y'all production. I love what y'all doing.
Appreciate it.
And I love the fact that y'all for the culture.
Nah, I appreciate you reaching out. Shout out to him, Legendary, because that's the reason you here. That's how you found out about us, and that's how you found out about you. So shout out to him. He went crazy on that freestyle. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, he did.
He got his numbers up with that front.
Definitely did.
Nah, we appreciate. That's your cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew him for a while, so we all family now for sure. You said something about college. You went to Temple University.
Yes.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And that's
Shout
where you
out to
kinda-
Philly, and they just won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's why I
But
won
I'm
this.
not there no more.
That's why I won this Penn State hat.
That's all. I was about to
My
ask.
cousin played for the Nittany Lions. My cousin, he played football for them. Full
see?
scholarship, full
Full
ride.
circle.
Yeah.
So he played for them, full scholarship.
I'm about to ask you if you're supporting them.
Who? Philly?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm New York head. Giants all the way.
So you ain't worried about none of that Super Bowl
So you got to
stuff.
feel a little well because Saquon Barkley won. You know,
I mean,
he's a giant.
Saquon Barkley,
He was a giant.
He got the edge because he was in New York. That's how he got the edge. I'm saying Gilly may not like it, but Gilly he gonna deal with it.
I would say
But
you. Oh, go ahead.
You still watched it though, right?
With the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I usually don't, but I actually did watch it this time because
Kendrick Lamar.
no, well, that was one of the reasons I'm actually like. It was a lot of people want to see entertainment over like knowledge sometimes,
Right.
and it should be an equal balance, in my opinion. You understand?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because in your music is a lot of symbolism.
Right.
Do you correlate some symbolism going on when you saw like Kendrick Lamar's performance? Because it was a lot of it.
It was.
So,
It was.
You know,
But some people don't want to see that. Like some people take music strictly as entertainment value. So, but that's not what our culture is supposed to be. Especially since we're talking about like racist times. If you notice during the time period of like the revolutionary period when the Moors was teaching Europeans when they had their so-called revolutionary period, their Renaissance period, it was mostly about art form. That's how they revolutionized, and that's how they freed themselves from the Moors having them as slaves. So in order for us to do that, we started doing that during the Renaissance period, the Harlem Renaissance period. That's why you have people like Langston Hughes and people like that. However, we strayed away from that, and we're not incorporating that in our daily lives to understand that, like I always say, does art imitate music or does music imitate art? And we have to understand which one it is, because if we don't, we'll allow music to influence reality when reality actually influences the music.
very true. Because the Moors taught the Europeans a whole lot. They also taught them about cleanliness when they went to Europe. They helped save the black mathematics, help save the Black Plague, give them medicine and stuff like that. So it was a lot of those circumstances when the Moors helped the Europeans out.
So I didn't hear the real answer though. Did you like the performance for the message or the performance?
I liked
or
it
both?
for both reasons. I listen to his music, but I don't really listen to too many artists. I listen to his music, but I never really like stream other music. I listen to like foundational music that I grew up of. Plus, I listen to Naya Bingi for my spiritual purposes. So, but I listen to other people's music, but it's mostly like a cultural perspective. That's why even sometimes when I go into the dancehall realms, I try to keep it even to a limit. You understand? But I loved his performance and I loved what he did.
Oh, so I can't give you the question. Drake versus Kendrick, right? I can't do that.
Drake versus Kendrick?
Yeah, like who would you pick as an artist for yourself?
Kendrick.
So you would listen to more Kendrick than Drake if you had a choice in your car right now.
When you say listen, do you mean like?
I'm not talking about any type of how they are as a person. I'm talking about musically. Who would you prefer to listen to?
If it's in a party and I'm around females, the women want to hear Drake. But if I'm by myself, I'm going to listen to Kendrick. And that's just what it is. That's why I say you have to understand what the difference is, because Drake is a party type of guy and he doesn't even write his own lyrics. Kendrick, from my own knowledge, you understand, maybe I'm wrong, he seems to write his own music. He has a specific purpose to it and a certain comprehension that he wants to portray to the public of knowledge that he's trying to give to them and gems. So it's not the same.
It's not just empty music.
Right.
you're not into music for empty calories. More stuff with some substance.
Exactly.
Even if you're not from it, you can learn from it.
Exactly.
So,
that's supposed to be the whole purpose and essence of music and culture and arts.
Right.
So, but even within the party songs, you can learn about the atmosphere within the party realms.
You learn
and
the
also,
culture.
and also the street, and also things like that. The culture, exactly. So it's important to understand both sides of the spectrum. However, Kendrick music is like, it's in between, you understand, where you can vibe to it, like that song "They Not Like Us." His team made sure that song was rinsed, just like, I don't know if you remember Kevin Little, for example, that song.
Yeah.
You understand, that song rinsed for several years, damn near, and it blew up. It was something. It didn't go as long as that song, but it elevated higher than that song. You understand? It was almost the same formula of how they got it across to the mainstream.
Simplify the message so everybody can understand.
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying.
I know you say you like listen to more like culture type of music and stuff like that. So I know people be trying to figure you out. So you consider yourself more of a reggae artist or hip hop artist? I know you hear this a lot.
I am neither one. I just do music. I got songs that I never put out that's on alternative type beats. I just record whatever comes to my heart and my spirit at the time. So whatever I'm in the mood for, that's exactly what I do, so people can comprehend what's going on in society. That's my ultimate goal. So I want to relate to as much people that could relate to me and what I'm experiencing and what they're experiencing.
So around this time, well, it's not really around this time, but I know in 2017 you had a song, I think it's called Election Day, am I not mistaken?
Yeah, Election Day.
So did you ever like do anything more current? Like, is that your mindset now that Trump's in the office to talk about that, since you had...
Ironic, I was just talking to Dollar about that. I was just saying off of Vista, I printed up thousands and thousands of stickers off of that, and I put that out, and I still had some stickers left over from that. And it was important for me, for people to understand who Obama was during that time period. So no, how I viewed Trump at that time is not the same way how I view Trump now. I viewed him, if you notice that video, because they took my page down, so I still have a copy of that video. They took that.
Which
video,
page they took down?
The video, King.
On
the
YouTube?
page, the YouTube page, King Kush. That was the first video I put up there, and I had Donald Trump as a clown mask in that, and it was because I viewed him as that because of how the media was portraying him. Right. I don't necessarily view him as a clown now. I may not agree with everything that he's doing, but I have a better perspective of an understanding. Yeah, and I may not agree with everything that he's doing, but because of the political realm that we're in now, I have a better understanding of him, and I may agree with him more so on his political views than the Democratic Party now. And I'm not in favor of either.
Sometimes the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
It's a little hard to talk about that because people hear, oh, you a Donald Trump, anything, and they just get mad. As an artist, it's hard to really talk about stuff like that.
But they don't want to listen to the truth. Like, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I'm not a Kamala supporter. I'm an independent thinker. Yeah. So I'm for whoever is going to give the most beneficial purpose towards my people. That's who I will support, because they try to make it seem like we only have two choices when we actually have more choices in that. And if we actually unified as a people, we would have even more choices, because there's many leaders amongst us. We're not actually giving everybody
the opportunity
to do so. And then what about the future? There's so many young black men that are not getting the opportunity. I'm talking about third, fourth graders that's not reading on the level that they're reading. So what's their future? And they would have a brighter future. So we need to uplift each other and get each other to that point, especially the future generations, because COVID happened, and I'm telling you, it was a major gap in those generations after COVID, where their abilities for reading and writing was a major downfall.
A lot of their social skills went away because of lack of being around people and kids. Some of them kind of stayed a little delayed.
Very delayed.
Like, meaning like not delayed, like maybe not education-wise sometimes, but socially.
Communication, right.
Communication and socially.
Being able to make people understand what they're thinking.
If you were 8 years old in 2020, you might be still 8 in 2021 or 20, because you learn from experiences more than anything else.
And if you weren't having the opportunity because you was restricted to your household during the time which is most important for social skills, you didn't develop it. So we're gonna see that gap. And remember, when we hit that 50, 60 mark, those are the ones that's gonna be in charge of the world. You understand?
True.
So we have to be conscious and aware of what we're giving to them, because when we could become old they're going to be in charge of our pensions and our Social Security.
True.
So we don't want them to be lazy. Like right now, they're saying that there's a lot of kids from Gen Z that's not being hired, or if they are hired, they're being terminated quickly because they don't want to work because they don't have the same social skills and knowledge of what's going on. So we have to get this across to them so that not just their future, but our grandchildren's future is also secured, because they're literally trying to erase us. You understand? And you have to be aware of what's going on in order for that not to happen, economically, socially, culturally, structurally, everything. Like, be fully aware.
Is that why you became a teacher at Mile 11?
That's one of the main reasons. That was important to me because that's my alma mater. You understand? So, Mr. Hines, a Bayesian guy, he was the...
Shout out to Bayesians 246 in your household. Right, my fault.
Cheese on bread.
He was the principal. He was a teacher at PS 219 in the 90s, where I grew up at, and then eventually they put him on to become the principal in Mile 11, and he made sure I was able to come there, and he looked out a lot for me growing up. So. And he kept telling me, you should be a teacher. There's not a lot of black men that are teachers. And he helped me get into that position. It was Mr. Underwood at that time, and he played a lot of games, and he made me leave teaching, and that's how I left that occupation.
All right, that makes sense. Mile 11 had beef in my school, so when I heard Mile 11, I kind of got tight a little bit. I went to St. Therese.
St. Therese. Oh, yeah.
I remember they came a whole block full just to my, Avenue D in Troy.
Yeah, Avenue D in Troy,
Yeah,
so
that's
your love for kids is how you got into coaching basketball?
And also my children, because my children, they love basketball, so I made sure I want to give them the opportunities that I didn't have. And then also, unfortunately, I just lost 2, so I fell back from that. Elijah, shout out to Aminatu. Aminatu is actually the first person in New York that she actually gave me a sit down with Wyclef's original manager. Fire. And he actually told me my music is not raunchy enough. But she told me, she got me a sit down with him, and that was through Dice, who I was talking about earlier with Only Thing Moving, on the mic situation, and she got me that interview with him, and he said it's not raunchy enough, so him and I didn't connect. But Aminatu, later on down the line, I ended up coaching her son, and unfortunately, he passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Unfortunately, he just passed away. He just passed away this past summer, June 21st.
Isn't that around your birthday?
Yeah, 2 days before my birthday. He passed 2 days before my birthday, and he
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died at the beach with his best friend, and his best friend also went to Lincoln.
He had drowned, right?
Yeah. And then right after that, I lost another player. Shout out to Equan and Gusto, Tandrew from the Hundreds. Him, Equan, and I myself, we played ball against each other, and he knew Equan. I let him talk to Equan, and Equan got shot in the head in North Carolina. So
rest in peace to them boys, for real.
But you got people like Gusto, another legend in the hood. He in the floors, Flatbush, Franklin Ave. He was another good person that was around me too that helped teach me a lot. So I got to give him his flowers too. You know what I'm saying? Nice. It's like my big bro.
We gonna take a little break. What's your favorite music video?
Of you? Of me?
Yeah.
It would have to be the one talking about my family and my children. So that one. I was supposed to come out with another one, but I didn't.
Say the name of it. No, that's right.
Treat Them Right. You know what I'm saying? Treat Them Right, King Kush.
Off that High Definition album, right?
Yeah. Treat them right. You gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. When them other women trife, I bet they treat you right.
Yeah.
And just like that, we gonna go right into that music video, all right?
Bye. Treat them right. You gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. When them other women trife, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right. You gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them right. Words can never express the gratitude. Now I understand why you had an attitude. Cause you pushed them out when I pushed them in. But if we work together, all of us will win. So I gotta give blessings to the Most High, and I never will question the Most High, and I'm always manifested through the Most High. So I gotta say his name, what's his name? Haile Selassie. So I gotta give thanks to the Most High, and I gotta give praises to the Most High, and I gotta say the name of the Most High, and I'm never reluctant. What's his name? Haile Selassie. So it's only right I show my appreciation. Easily become another statistic in this nation. Look how many blacks that they kill so innocently. So I do my due diligence so diligently.
Yes, sir. We just came back from that music video break.
Yes, sir. It was a great video, man. Got to see a couple of good videos, man. I want to talk into, like, you know, your thoughts when you made. Let me make sure I say this one. Or treat them right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your thoughts? You said it was about your daughter, the women in your life, your kids, your mom. Like, how did you come up with that song?
Well, through my experiences in life and the importance of women, to me, it was culturally valuable to give that perspective of how important women are to my fan base. Also, one of my favorite artists, top 5, was Tupac. So it was Keep Your Head Up and Dear Mama, a combination of that. That's how I formulated that song, and how when I was going about making that song, it was like a combination of both.
Okay,
So,
your version.
Yeah, those two versions, a combination of that from my perspective.
Copy.
So that's how I came up with that, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. I was performing that when I was going on tour, so it was important. I love that song. It's one of my favorite.
Fire.
Especially my daughters, they love that song. Even my sons, they love it.
Fire.
Can you speak about that song's from the High Definition? We call that album, right?
Yes,
the album?
the High Definition.
You I think you had said somewhere that it was supposed to be 8 songs, but we only see 7. Is that true? Or that was a mistake?
No, it wasn't supposed to be 7. You only seeing 7 now?
Yeah.
Well, so something happened. I got to see what happened because I didn't even realize that. So that's important that you just told me that. So I'm gonna go look and see what happened. Which song? I got to see what it is. It's supposed
It's supposed to be what?
It was supposed to be 8.
It's supposed to be 8, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was trying to see what song was missing. Off
I would have to see that because I wasn't even aware that. I haven't gone back and looked for about
right
2
here.
months. Yeah, just total control, betrayal.
What's the 7?
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem. One of a kind. Treat them right. Betrayal. Dysfunctional family. Total control. With the Genesis.
Oh no, sorry. It is actually 7.
Okay.
The 8th one was the one with my brother, and that was released after the fact.
Oh,
so
okay,
we were
okay.
supposed to put it on there, but it wasn't recorded until
Later.
after. Yeah, but I was trying to figure out how to add it in, but I couldn't add it in because it was post submission to the different platforms after.
Copy.
But that was the one with my brother, and that also went viral as well.
Shout out to him. That came out June 23rd, 2020. Did y'all have a big celebration since you put it out by your birthday?
Yeah, it was major, and then ironically, that's when I did the music with Floors. That's what I was talking about with Dollar. And then that video I did with Floors, I also flew up my homegirl Minnie C from Houston, and she came out here, and I did 2 videos in one day. And after that video with Floors, I did that video with Minnie, and from that video, once I put that out, that's when my page got shut down through YouTube.
Right.
There's no customer service from YouTube, and I have not been able to recover my page.
You get automatic messages and all that.
Yeah, so my page got shut down, but I had about 5, 6 videos that was going viral, that was getting great numbers, starting to being recognized nationally, a little bit internationally, you know, in certain regions internationally, but a lot of East Coast, West Coast, and down south, Midwest, in America mostly, a little bit internationally, and then they shut my page down.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. I see you said something about having an artist from Houston. Did y'all you said she was Houston. Y'all performed in North Carolina before together, right?
Yeah, that's Minnie. That's my homegirl.
That's right. Okay,
she
that's
got
all
a
right.
lot of flavor, a lot of swagger. She nonstop energy. She just a beautiful human being. That's my homegirl. That's my little sister. So I actually met her through my big dog, Chim. He introduced me to her. He was like, y'all got to do a song together. So that's how we ended up doing that song. And ever since then, Minnie and I, that's my little sister. And we just, anytime we link up, it's a vibe. She came out here. She had great fun. It's just unbelievable.
Nah, shout out to Minnie. Damn.
Oh
I ain't even gonna shout out him. Did that? I mean, I don't fuck it. But shout out to him. You already know the vibes. Did you look at? I don't know if you've seen all the people that we worked with, of course, but you know anybody that we interviewed that you know besides him?
I've seen one person. I don't know them personally, but I've seen them in the circuit
Copy.
from me doing music. So I've seen them. I don't remember the name. I was going through it.
Yeah, no pressure. Nah, I'm gonna put you on. This nigga love this shit. Scott Morris. We just interviewed him.
From who I was touring with.
You know,
Scott.
Facts.
Yeah.
Shout out, we just did interview him like probably like a month ago or some change.
He's a great person. He's in my opinion, I don't know anybody else's relationship because I base it off of my opinion.
All right.
And he's a very genuine person who wants to see other people succeed, not just himself. And as long as he's willing and able to give a platform to other people, I think they should be receptive towards it because in my experience with him, he gives you his humble opinion about what you should do, and based on his experiences and the mistakes that he made, he would like to see other people not make those mistakes and become better than him. So shout out to Morris. Like I respect him and I value what he do, and I think he's a pillar in the community as well, especially within this realm of music and putting on for the culture.
Shout out to him. Is he the reason that you got to perform with Beanie Siegel on Freeway, or that was you?
No, that was another person, and I actually didn't get to perform and got into it with that, but we hashed it out. I didn't get to perform. It was actually overbooked.
Damn.
And that's what you have to understand. That's why I said with Scott, it wasn't that experience where it wasn't overbooked. And as an artist, so okay, with Morris, what he did was like, if you're there consistently, you're gonna perform on different time slots because it's gonna give you a different experience. So artists that never got that experience, because even before I got on with him, I was performing before that. So if you didn't have that experience to understand what it is to perform in the beginning of a showcase, it's different than to perform at the end.
Yeah.
Because if you performing in the beginning and you lit, and you know how to control a crowd,
You got a fresh crowd.
you can affect the artists later on where they have to live up to what you did. Same thing like comedians when they was talking about like Steve Harvey and Cedric the
Bernie Mac,
Entertainer,
yeah,
Bernie
yeah,
Mac.
yeah.
Like Bernie Mac wasn't the original closer. You understand? So you have to understand like he giving you the opportunity to get different perspectives of what it is to be an artist. Okay, so you have to understand what it is to perform and engage the crowd and get the crowd on your side. So based off of my experiences, he put me in different situations, opening, beginning, middle, whatever, and I held my own. And I appreciate him because I went from New York all the way down to Virginia. I was about to go to Atlanta, but I had to come back to my family.
Yeah, for sure.
So I appreciate him. Like I said, he's a very smart man, and you're not gonna find I don't think anyone else is even doing what he's doing. If I'm not.
Nah, shout out to him. He got an event tomorrow. If you're available, he got an event tomorrow. Throw him out there. I made some calls. I usually do that with people we interview, and the people want to know. They got a question for you. I just got to throw it out there. I don't know if you're ready. So they want to know if you sponsored by Armani Exchange.
No.
Okay.
I've been wearing that. My favorite two brands since I was growing up was Armani and Diesel.
Okay.
Now, Diesel I kind of stepped away from, but Armani will always be
Down to the
my
feet.
favorite.
Yeah.
It's a New York brand. It's New York. It's New York. So that's why I love it. You understand?
That's why I said when you came in, like, yo, you did perfect when you came in. Like,
Yeah.
I peeped you had on Armani on.
Yeah.
Remember I said that? I seen your page from like the jump from the bottom.
It's my favorite. Since high school days,
Yeah.
I was always wearing it. Anybody that, you might not, like now this is like the so-called logo, that's what they be pushing, but back then, some of the stuff I was wearing, you didn't even have a logo on there. You wouldn't even know it unless you understood Armani. You understand? And my top three artists, Nas, he always talked about Armani Exchange, him and AZ. That's two of my top, artists. So those two, especially AZ. AZ flow is one of the greatest flows,
Timeless.
one of the most underrated
Yeah, a lot of people don't
artists.
talk about him, but
he is
yeah.
remarkable, remarkable.
One of the original smooth rappers.
Exactly.
Nah, I did see you had I don't know if you was in the car or something, but you had a freestyle on one of Nas beats long time ago. That's wrong.
I did. I don't know how the hell you heard that. Huh?
Yeah, man. If you don't know Who in the Stew, man, we do our research, brother.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't.
We scan everything.
Okay.
yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Nah, you took it back. If you heard that, that's taking it back.
I had to. But you was mad that what they said. They said something about Nas being overrated or no, he wasn't relevant anymore. I feel like you had a whole post for him about that part. I think it's about.
Well, eventually he proved himself because once again it goes back into why Kendrick is relevant. Kendrick is somewhat relevant because
Of Drake.
No.
he's relevant because of Nas. Where did Nas go? Where's Nas mostly at right now? At least production wise, he be out there with Hit Boy, and where's Hit Boy at?
California.
In Cali. So it's for a reason. Nas made sure he stayed relevant, and his lyrics is timeless. So this is how Kendrick also, you understand? If you understand music, you understand what was happening. So Nas stayed that way through Hit Boy, and Hit Boy he's Hit Boy. You understand?
Yeah, you invent yourself, work with different producers, change the sound, and you can never be timeless. Jay-Z has done it, Nas has done it. A lot of the great rappers usually do it. Like, it helps keep themselves fresh, I can't even get the word out. Rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated. Right.
You just remind me about something. Jay-Z got that song "Guilty Until Proven Innocent," right?
Yeah, with R. Kelly.
And then shout out to Robert. But that's not where I was going. I ain't go- But you also was talking about the no Diddy shit. That you kind of saying, he's not guilty yet because he wasn't proving that.
Right.
So that means I think Kanye just said free Puff the other day.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. So you on that same level as free Puff?
No, I'm on a level where people need to allow the system to work the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Right. I've been arrested many times for no reason, just walking down the street. And if people just automatically say you're guilty because you were arrested, I might not be where I'm at in life right now. So it's important that people allow the system to work. And even when the system works, sometimes it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work.
True.
But you're supposed to allow the system to do what it does.
Due process.
Right. And then you figure out from there, based on whether it did what it was supposed to do or if it didn't, how you're going to go forward from there. But to just say someone is guilty because of public ridicule and public persecution is erroneous, and you're not supposed to do that. And it doesn't work in favor of the people in general.
True. The funny thing about that is, just a week ago, shooting an interview, we was pulled over and borderline almost arrested for doing nothing.
Exactly.
Buying Chinese food.
See?
right in the Ville.
See? Right in the Ville. Yeah. Thank y'all to the YNs for telling the cops to suck my dick. I appreciate y'all. They were screaming out from the train station. They was I ain't catch nobody. Ha ha.
Yeah, that shit was mad funny. That made me feel bad. I was tight, but yeah,
they were speaking from our heart.
You got like 4 kids, so any of them is in the music industry, trying to be in the music industry?
Not as of yet. I see a little hint from some of them, but more on a dance level. I see one of them may want to
TikTok
venture
dancing or
into
like
it.
breakdancing?
Yeah, no, TikTok. One of them wanted to do breakdancing, but it wasn't like, that's what I'm saying with the art. It's not being like, it's not substantiated the way it was back in the days where you're seeing it and it's being shown on a large platform, especially like breakdancing. You're not seeing it like that no more. So one of them wanted to get into it, but it's hard to find an actual class where they could learn, because I don't know nothing about breakdancing. So that's one of the pure art forms of hip hop. Hip hop is about breakdancing, the DJing, the graffiti, the MCing. This is
elements.
We're losing this, and it's important if we're gonna actually, if you're gonna say this is a culture, you have to make sure that the fundamental elements of the culture is still there. If not, then the culture is no longer there. And that's like, once again, now to circle back, that's what Kendrick was portraying somewhat.
The dancing,
exactly. So
I feel like the dance never really left hip hop. It just changed, evolved.
Of course.
So it's like just like even the DJing evolved and changed. Everything is within time evolved and changing. All the elements. The only element I feel like they're probably not there the same way as the graffiti.
Right. But why is that?
I think it's because people are not living in the physical as much, more in the digital.
Major.
So it's more of, you're gonna get it more like people showing their graffiti in their like cover heads on their social medias and stuff like that. And I think that's where I guess you could say the art is going towards in that way.
But then that means you're actually losing the creative side of you physically, because remember when they were doing graffiti, you would have a train going from Bronx into Brooklyn, and it would have a name going on. Like right here, you see Beat Knocker. It would be like that going across from Brooklyn all the way down, or you see Who in the Stew going across all the way. So you're losing that essence of what people are seeing as art. Because remember, it goes back again, does art imitate life or does life imitate art? And people are losing that connection. So now, if you're not seeing the physicalness and you thinking strictly digital, you understand? So whatever you see in digitally is what they're gonna think is reality. And digitally is a lot more manipulation, and now we're seeing the introduction of AI
Right.
and how they're manipulating minds. And if you don't know how to decipher that this is actually an AI image and video, you would be manipulated into thinking this is actual factual. So it's important that we do not lose that connection with the actual physical like representation of art and life in front of us.
That's why we use Beat Knocker a lot of time, because it feels like the essence of hip hop, as you can see in New York at the same time. You feel all of
sure.
that when you hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you said something like, graffiti help people, like you see it and you remember that shit. Now it's more in the digital world. So now social media wise, you just gotta make sure you promote yourself. But musically on your Instagram, it don't look like you promoted music for like 2 years, like 2023, 2024-ish. Why is that?
I just had to take a fall back, going through certain things, but this is when I said I'm gonna go forward again. I've been recording, keeping a lot of my music, and building a catalog, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going forward with it again, but I had to fall back because of certain circumstances, some personal things. So, but now I'm going full-fledged, and I'm starting off with Who in the Stew.
That's how you should do it.
Exactly.
I like that.
So-
Yeah.
So are you ready for this?
Nah.
freestyle?
Hold on. You just hyped me up just now. Give me a sec.
My bad.
I don't know if you know. Did you put out any music this year?
This is the first thing I'm doing for the year.
Did you put out any music? No, right?
No.
All right. So when you look up your artist name, you on a whole album on February 8, 2025 with another artist named D and something. Pause
not
that.
me.
That's not. I'm just saying you got to fix that. I don't like that.
That's because I was trying to trademark it, and the lawyers that I was speaking to said that it's difficult to trademark it. So I'm trying to, and then also since I fell back, other people noticed the motion that I was having, and they trying to use my motion for their own commotion. But they can't do what I'm doing. They don't look like me. They don't vibe like me. They don't rock like me. They don't
Talk your
spit
shit.
like me. So they could try to jack it, but they will never do what I'm doing. So in fact, they're actually helping me out, because people are gonna be like, nah, that's not Kush. So go ahead. You keep giving me free promotion. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Nah, it's a lot of
Let my
Kushes.
name live on. Exactly.
It's a lot of Kushes. What's one Kush that his name is King Kush, but he look more like Queen Kush. I ain't gonna lie. So you gotta make sure you handle that
I don't
shit.
even know who that is.
I'm just saying.
I
I seen
don't
that. I'm
even
like,
know
yo,
who
I don't
that
think
is.
that's not this nigga.
Nah, I don't even know who that is,
Yeah,
but
I'm just
I
trying-
see.
you gotta handle that shit. I don't like that.
I will give me free promotion. Whatever. Do what you doing, because there can only be one.
I don't think he won that promotion. I'm gonna show you.
There can only be one. You said queen. I'm king, so that's
I'm
not
just
my
saying,
queen.
His name is King Kush, but he
Right. Well, but they
yeah.
trying to do opposite of what I'm doing, because they
Say no
see
more.
what I'm doing.
Talk your shit.
I've been outside where I've had NYPD come up to me, and they know my music. You understand? So I know about hip hop police and all that. I've experienced that, and I'm like, how the fuck do you know who I am? I didn't think my music got to that point until I started seeing certain things, and I'm like, damn, hold on. You understand? It's not until you realize I go to different places, different states, and it's not
tap in.
Yeah, so it's
Get more love outside.
and then when you realize, you're like, hold on, this is a different level of what's going on. So I seen that from NYPD said that, I was like, oh shit. So I mean, it's a good thing, but then if they're not understanding your purpose, it can become a bad thing. So you understand, like, my purpose and my sole purpose is the upliftment of my community. I want to see my people do better. You understand? And through my people doing better, obviously, if people lived off of the backs and sweat and tears and hard work and blood of my people, if we're doing better without exerting that energy, everyone will be better because they lived off of our blood. So why not everyone would not want to see us doing better? So that's my sole purpose, and I'm gonna live through that. You know what I'm saying? Until my last breath.
Respect. And one more thing before we get out of here. How you do the G slide? I was trying to figure it out. Like,
Oh, see, I didn't drop that yet. That's another song, but that was actually with the homie Floss too. And I ain't dropped that yet. And now you see, we were in Beat Knocker, and ironically, Beat Knocker did. You know what I'm saying? The track with Floss, but Floss is on that track too. Shout out to the homie Floss. So this is a small community, and we ain't even talk about this, but you see how it come full circle. You understand?
Full circle, for real.
It's everything happened for a reason, and the people in your community is there for a reason. But the more we connect, and the more we join, and the more we in unison, is the more we can move forward and uplift, and everybody gonna eat. It's too much money out here for everybody not to eat. The way the black dollars circulate, we could all be wealthy, like literally. We could all be wealthy, and we could be living good and appreciating one another more so than we're killing one another. And until then, it's a lot of work to do, and I'm here. Anybody want to link up, same way that we linked up, and I'm sure y'all want to link up and make sure everybody get the platform that you're giving them.
For sure.
So it's a matter of just connecting the dots and communicating, man. That's all it boils down to.
And make sure y'all check out that Lighters. That was you, right? Lighters, the record song Lighters. Damn, I'm not even Lighters. It's called Lighters?
Which one?
Lighters. It came out 2022.
No.
Damn. See, you gotta fix that shit. You violence, huh?
I tried, and then I'm going through it with Lloyd. They could keep.
That's why I was confused. Like,
that's not me.
All right.
But if you hear the voice, my voice is very.
That's why I was
distinct.
confused. It sounded funny,
my
but I'm like,
voice projects itself. I don't even. Sometimes people be like, "Yo, you sound harsh." I'm not even, and I'm talking quietly.
Copy.
My voice projects itself. I
Say
have
no
a
more.
very
That's how you do.
distinct
If you
voice.
want to tap and listen to that song Most High, that's him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lock in.
That's with Gusto. Shout out to Gusto. Gusto's with me in that video.
Yo, him, you pull up real quick? You pull up in it? We here because of him, so I was making sure y'all see. Y'all gonna sign out with him. Look, you take over.
Yes, sir.
Yo. The Lions, them devil. You know, big up Who's in the Stew and the whole nation, the whole family, you know what I mean? King Kush, live, him legendary, the one and only. We here. Brooklyn, stand up, 90s. You don't know the thing go already.
Flatbush, Brownsville, Crown Heights, East New York, Bed-Stuy, whole of Brooklyn. You already know Clinton Hills, Coney Island. We out here, man. This is right here a legend from the time he was born. This my cousin, my brother, man.
From day one.
From day one. From the same. You have no idea. Yo, man.
One household.
Right. They have no idea. Ralph and Sutter under the train station, man. Right next to where the garbage station was, man. If you know, you know. And if you don't, PS219.
See there.
Winthrop.
We live on Who's in the Stew, man. We outside.
Come on, man. If you know, you know. And if you don't, then you foolish. And it's not your fault. But it's okay.
Babies, man.
It's okay.
And that's how we gonna sign out.
Who in the stew? Yeah, it's your boy Kush. We at Beat Knocker, knocking them beats out. Yeah, I saw it go. And what the blood clot? And what the ras clot? Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. And what the blood clot? And what the ras clot? Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. Blood clot. And what the ras clot? Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. And what the blood clot? And what the ras clot? Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. Yeah, eminent domain, overloadial title, spirituality with colonial Bible. Have you worshiping demons? That's American Idol. Fighting your homie instead of oppressor to rival. Rep my people, I'm tribal. Rifle Brady body spiral. Put her in park. Keep on idle, on her knees, the King Royal's arrival. Perform for me like a recital. Perform bed platform, call it title. The system is wicked, the plot keep on thinking. You thinking you free, but the cotton's still picking. Vegan getting that chicken, who here will listen. The blind see division, like Nas it was written. And what the blood clot, and what the ras clot. Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. And what the blood clot, and what the ras clot. Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. And what the blood clot, and what the ras clot. Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot. And what the blood clot, and what the ras clot. Me tell you all your mother stinking dirty pussy clot.